Good morning, day afternoon, evening, night, folks. I'm Ivy Dude Zero, and it's time for y'all to kick off their shoes, sit back, relax, make yourself at home. It's time to enjoy some more Mass Effect. So you may notice I have some new snazzy I have a new snazzy headset on. So yeah, I went to the store yesterday after I finished recording, yeah, I picked up a new pair. So I've actually been really excited to be able to use it. Oh, right, gosh. I was just gonna, walk all the way back to the colony, whatever. But anyway, we need to, gosh, shut up. We need to go head back to the colony, and I believe we equipped the anti-thorium gas. So last time, we came to Pharos, and, yeah, we have the anti-thorium, cool. So basically we came to Pharos, and went to the Exogeny facility, found out that there's this thing called the Thorian, which is essentially a large sentient plant that basically has some form of mind control abilities through spores. But that was not known of by many, and so one of the people who was working on that basically asked us to... Essentially, we're just going to destroy it now, because they were effectively, the Exogeny company was using the colonists here to basically as live guinea pigs to test the mind control abilities of the Thorian. So we go and kill the Thorian. The colonists probably aren't going to let us down there, so we have an anti-Thorium gas that will essentially, or that's what it's called anyway, it's essentially a neurotoxin that will knock them out. Or some such scientific nonsense. So that's a Thorian creeper. Thorian spits those out. Kill it! Alright. Can we open the door?
What was that creature? It certainly wasn't human.
No.
No hitting the colonists, even if the Thorian makes them fire on us. That's what the gas grenades are for.
Indeed.
Very well, Commander. Let's go.
Alright, let's move. So this can actually be kind of tough. You can't always get through this leaving all the colonists alive. Sometimes you'll accidentally hit them, with a gun when you're fighting the creepers. So with the AI set to what they are to not attack on the colonists, essentially they should be fine. The AIs won't. I think basically how it's programmed is the AIs won't shoot in the direction of the colonists. So if they would, if there is something from that direction, they just won't fire on it. Boop. Okay, so I also got to be able to conserve my grenades. These guys really don't pose much of a threat. So basically just take as many of them out with as few grenades as possible. Boop, and boop. So that's basically just how we have to get through this. I should probably take a second to let my shield get recharged, though I don't get the shield recharge ability because that's... I don't think you get that in the Sentinel class. I guess I don't know. But all right. There's the door. All right. Where are we going? I'm lost. There it is. Ah, the creepers! Oh no! How did I not hit that guy? Whatever. Die! Man, these things freaking eat bullets. Alright, and stick this to the wall behind those guys, and boop! Oh, what do you know? I leveled up. I only get 1 point now when I level up. Oh, well, that's fine. Do you want to get Advanced Barrier? That might not be a bad one. It's either Barrier or Throw. Because I use Throw quite a lot, so that one would typically be a good idea to put points into. Throw is actually, at least in the first one here, since you don't get Warp as a Sentinel. Warp is probably one of my favorite biotic abilities. Throw is also a good one, but Warp is especially nice if you're playing as an Adept. Because at least, I don't know if it does this in the first Mass Effect, but in the second Mass Effect and on, if you use Warp when someone's in a singularity. Whoop. Oh, sweet, I got that guy up there too. Did I get everyone over here? Nice! Well-placed grenade. Sweet. We still have all 16 colonists alive. But no, when you use warp, when someone is in a singularity field, oh, they're crossing. Okay. It's really nice because it will do what's, I don't know if it has a specific name or not, but it's essentially a biotic explosion. And if you're caught in it, then basically if you're caught in one biotic ability and then you're hit by another biotic ability, like kind of like if you're caught in kind of like a suspension one and then you're hit by like an impact one. So if you're stuck in a lift or singularity or something like that, and then someone hits you with like a warp or a throw, it'll just explode and deal a ton of damage. Which is why I like to play as the biotic classes. I didn't actually like them because I tried it a little bit in the first one. In this one, and the biotic abilities in this one really aren't anything to blow your nose at. But the biotic abilities in 2 and 3 are phenomenal. So, I don't know. That's my thoughts anyway. I also like playing as the Sentinel because then you get a good mix of tech in there, which is really nice when you're fighting like the Geth. And wow, that reached them all the way over there. Jeez.
Negative contact.
But it'll help you fight against like the Geth and that kind of stuff as well. So I mean, it's just kind of nice to have. But we're also able to save all the colonists, so that goal was one that I wanted to be able to do, and that was easily accomplished. So it wasn't too bad.
To fight it, but it gets in your head. You can't imagine the pain. I was supposed to be their leader. These people trusted me. It wants me to stop you, but I won't. I won't!
Rest in peace. You were a good man. But yeah, so that's essentially the Thorian is watching out for its own self-preservation and basically use the colonists and... Oops, sorry, I'm bumping everything here. Use the colonists and the creepers that it was spitting out to essentially just kill anything that moves. So I feel really bad for these colonists. It's like knowing what they've been going through and the fact that essentially they've been, they're being mind controlled. They can't, there was that guy down in the, I guess I don't know what you'd call it, not the sewers, but the guy down below who's essentially like,
All right, we just need to find
just
this
getting,
creature and determine what it
invoking the Master's Whip as he put it.
This was not covered by my training manual.
Garrus, I don't think anything could ever prepare you for this.
We are going to need bigger guns.
I don't think I've ever used a dialogue option before. That's awesome. Oh, I love it. That supplemented by Garrus's quote right before that. Phenomenal. I love the writing in this game. You are one ugly son of a gun. Also, I'm not sure how long this episode is going to last. I'm only planning on having this episode run as long as it will take for me to finish this mission.
Good only to dig or decompose.
Oh, that's weird.
I speak for the old growth as I did for Saren.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know how long this episode will last. I just want to finish up Pharos, and then once I do that, I'm going to be done. Because I'm in a bit of a pinch on time today, and I also don't really have, I don't want to start something just to cut it off right at the beginning. So, yeah.
You gave something to Sarah. Something I need.
Indeed.
Saren sought knowledge of those who are gone. The old growth listened to flesh for the first time in the long cycle. Trades were made. Then cold ones began killing the flesh that would tend the next cycle. Flesh fairly given. The old growth sees the air you push as lies. It will listen no more.
I won't let you keep your thralls. Release them, now!
No more will the Thorian listen to those that scurry. Your lives are short, but have gone on too long. Your blood...
Ah! Nice one, Rex. Friggin' throw her off the edge. Don't you vomit on me, I'll kill you. Gosh, I hate these things, they're annoying. What's everyone using? Rex, why are you using a pistol? Use your shotgun. And Garrus, you're good with the assault rifle.
Command.
Alright. So basically, to kill the Thorian, I had to shoot down all these growths, but there's a crap ton of them. I had to fight a bunch of these creepers and Asari clones along the way, so... The Asari clones are really what get you. The Thorian creepers obviously don't pose too much of a threat unless they get close, which, being a biotic, I have a lot of means to be able to deal with them. You know, with like lift and throw and that kind of stuff. But if they get close, they can deal some damage. But the Asari can also use biotics against me, and also has guns. So she's a lot more of a threat. But will you stand up? You can't actually kill these things unless they're like standing up. So just die. Boop. Ooh, excuse me. Ouch. That's what I wanted to not have happen. Yeah, the other thing that I hate about these guys is when they do the vomit thing on you, they go straight through your shields and do damage directly to your health. Which is bogus. Oh man, I am just so burpy today. Goodness gracious. Does the anti-Thorian gas do any damage to these guys? Did I miss a node? What's going on here? You wanna open up the door and let me in? Am I missing something?
That hurt it. I can tell. A few more of those and it's in trouble.
Okay, so I got to where we were last time. I guess I just didn't... I restarted from an autosave and got back up here. I guess I just didn't shoot the node quite enough. I guess I got down to like 1 health and then left it and thought it was dead. So, yeah, basically I guess the... I just didn't quite finish it off, so... Let's, what? Where are these? Huh? I have enemies on the radar. Where are they? Whoa! I just got knocked down. Come on, get back up. Yeah, so, that's basically what happened. I'm just a dumb, you know, what else is new? Hoopah! Die! Okay. Alright, let's move. We got a couple more up here. And hello! Yeah, I also found a good strategy for killing these things is when they get close, you just kind of just clock them with your pistol, or I guess a gun, whatever you're using. I'm using a pistol. Let's just get this real quick. You know, whatever. It's not like we're in the middle of action. I'll have 138 items out of 150. Okay. I will take care to not collect too many more while we're here. Boop! Like that. Knock him down for a little bit, and it doesn't use any of my biotic abilities, so don't have to worry about wasting a cooldown for one guy. Can use my abilities more strategically in that case. But here's that node. What? There's a guy over here? Huh? That's weird. There's an enemy blip right here, like on the radar. But there is no one there. Odd. Yeah, man. Kind of sucks. Like once I guess I do have. I have a few abilities that are good against people. Like I have a few good biotic abilities that I can use. This one. That's what I'm looking for. But it's like a lot of the abilities I have feels like. I don't know. It feels like I don't have many good ones like warp and stuff that are really effective at taking down organic enemies. You know, obviously I have like throw, but you know, once I use throw, I can't use it again for a little while. That is one thing that I really like that they changed for Mass Effect 2 and 3 is the cooldown system is like it's a cooldown not per ability, but just a like overall cooldown. So everything runs out the same cooldown. Though, you know, things have different cooldown timers depending on what's used, yada yada yada. You guys get the point. But I really like that because then, like, you know, the simple abilities like push and stuff like that had really short cooldown timers versus like the one that they have in this one where push's cooldown timer is something like, you know, 15 to 30 seconds. Where in Mass Effect 2 and 3, it's more like 3 seconds. So, I don't know, I feel like that served its use a lot better. Granted, you know, you're cooling, you know, once you use one ability, you can't use any ability for a while in 2 and 3, versus in this one, you can use all your abilities in quick succession. So, I mean, like, obviously, yes, there's perks and reasons for that, but I don't know. I prefer. Oh boy! Oh boy! First aid! First aid! First aid! Ooh! Woo! That was close. That was way too close. Whew, I almost bit it there. Can I hurt these guys with the anti-chlorine gas? I can! Ha-ha! Got him. I need to wake Garrus up here. There we go. Gosh, I'm too injured to be able to zoom. To be able to, like, aim. Okay, we need to get rid of her. So, boop! Okay. Hey, I leveled up. I wish you got full health when you leveled up. Sheesh. Put a little bit more into push.
Perimeter secure.
First aid quant. There we go. Woo, baby. Ah, that was. My butt was clenched for a little while there. I'm not gonna lie. Oops. Boop. Okay, got it. 141 items out of 150. We are getting very close to the item cap here, which means I'll just have to sell my items once I get back. Ah! Boop. Man, I never really realized how much damage shotguns could actually do, because like the shotgun seems to be doing like kickback and stuff as well. Like it seems to actually be like knocking them over sometimes. Which I don't know if that's just like something Rex can do, or if that's, you know, just a general shotgun ability. I don't know. I never really used shotguns all that much. The only time I really ever used them was when I was playing through the game as a Vanguard once. But that was basically the only time. I'm not a huge fan of shotguns, just in general, like in gaming. Just because I feel like shotguns are way like, I don't know. I just get really upset at like, you know, shotguns only being accurate at, you know, like 1 foot in front of you, and past like 1 foot in front of you, they just can't hit anything. And so I don't know. Maybe that's probably a reason why I don't like using them. But I mean, like, obviously, yes, they have a lot of power, but I don't know. I like to use guns that they're usually more rapid fire. You know, not as much damage, but over a larger, you know, but can spit more bullets out faster. So I don't know. That's just me. Here's a growth. Or node, rather. Yeah. Hopefully it has to drop soon. This thing's a pain. Now the one's down there standing up. I was gonna say, are these things gonna get up at all? Okay, so just judging upon how much time it's taking to do this, maybe I will do a little bit more once I'm done with this. I didn't think that this would take so little time. So I guess I'll just reassess how long the episode is by the time I'm done with this, and you know, we'll see if we're gonna do anything else. But this episode may end up being a little bit shorter than normal. What can I use to get these guys? I can use lift. Whoop. Whoop. Got him. All right. Are there any more still down there? Okay, Rex handled them. Cool. Get on the ground, fool! There we go. Nice shot, Rex. Those shotguns are fairly effective. Garrus, get back up. Stop napping, Garrus. I don't pay you to nap. We'll heal, and Garrus, shield boost. There we go. Now we're good. Where's that the node at? I think it's over here. Yeah, I think this is the last node up here. Hey, the clone. Sorry, clone. We'll knock you down again. Yeah, get away from me. Oh, there we go. I wasn't shooting for some reason. I don't know if you could hear me spam left click in the mic, but I wasn't shooting. Bah! Oh, I didn't punch either. What the heck? Left click's apparently not one to cooperate with me today. Come on. Die! I'm running out of options here. Get away from me. I'm overheating my pistol a lot. I don't like it. And Unity still isn't back yet. Die! Jeez, I can't hit anything. Ugh. Excuse me, burping. Yeah. Come on, try. Get up. Get up so I can kill you. Dang. Check that out. I never realized shotguns could actually knock people over. Alright, I did. And sorry.
I suppose I should thank you for releasing me.
How did you end up inside that thing?
My name is Shiala. I served Matriarch Benezia. When she allied herself with Saren, so did I. I came to this world in search of the Thorian. Saren needed its knowledge, and he needed my biotic abilities to communicate with it. Saren offered me in trade. I was sacrificed to secure an alliance between Saren and the Thorian.
Saren's pretty quick to betray his own people.
He was quick to betray the Thorian, too. After he had what he wanted, he ordered the Geth to destroy all evidence of its existence. Saren knows you are searching for the Conduit. He knows you are following his steps. He attacked the Thorian so you could not gain the cipher.
What's the cipher? And why did Saren need it?
The beacon on Eden Prime gave you visions. But the visions are unclear, confusing. They were meant for a Prothean mind. To truly comprehend them, you must think like a Prothean. You must understand their culture, their history, their very existence. The Thorian was here long before the Protheans built this city. It watched and studied them. When they died, it consumed them. They became a part of it.
So the Thorian taught Saren to think like a Prothean. How?
The cipher is the very essence of being a Prothean. It cannot be described or explained. It would be like describing color to a creature without eyes. To understand, you must have access to endemic ancestral memory, a viewpoint spanning thousands of Prothean generations. I sensed this ancestral memory, the cipher, when I melded with the Thorian. Our identities merged, our minds intertwined. Such knowledge cannot be taught. It simply exists.
I need the cipher.
There is a way. I can transfer the knowledge from my mind to yours, as I did with Saren. Try to relax, Commander. Slow, deep breaths. Let go of your physical shell. Reach out to grasp the threads that bind.
Shepard's face is like, are you being real right now?
Every action sends ripples across the galaxy. Every idea must touch another mind to live. Each emotion must mark another's spirit. We are all connected. Every living being united in a single glorious existence. Open yourself to the universe, Commander. Embrace eternity.
So this video is kind of trippy, I'm not gonna lie. I try to go about the missions like in a certain sequence that makes you watch this as few times as possible, because it is just weird. I don't like it. It's the Reaper. And now she's mad at me for some reason. I really should look like it.
I have given you the cipher, just as it was given to Saren. The ancestral memories of the Protheans are part of you now.
Are you alright? What just happened?
I saw something. It still didn't make any sense.
You have been given a great gift, the experience of an entire people. It will take time for your mind to process this information.
We should get you back to the ship, Commander. Medical needs to know about this.
I'm sorry if you have suffered, but there was no other way. You needed the cipher. In time, it will help you understand the vision from the beacon.
Now that you're free of the Thorian, what are you planning to do next?
If you allow it, I would like to stay here with the colonists. They have suffered greatly, and I played a role in their suffering. I would like to make amends.
The colonists will need all the help they can get. They'll be happy to have you on their side.
Thank you, Commander. May fortune smile upon you.
You did it.
Aight.
With the Thorian
Cool.
gone, we can start rebuilding for ourselves again. And we're free of Exogenes' threats. We're back to being just a little nowhere colony. Thank you, Commander.
You're welcome. I also had to give this dude his OSD.
Time to get moving.
Just keep in mind what I said.
Let me talk to you. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Take me back. Found your data. Just
Very good news indeed. Thank you.
take
I was
it.
there already.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks again, Commander.
Get some cash, some Omnigel. Not that I really need it, but there's also a store over here. Got a lot of crap that I can sell, so. Let's see where we at. I'll finish up these cutscenes here. There's gonna be a couple more cutscenes once we get back onto the ship. Just kind of like the post-mission debrief and, you know, things like that. So I'll put those in here, and then I think after that I will probably wrap it up. I'm just trying to remember what comes next. I guess we'll see as it comes. This video will probably end up being a little bit shorter, I think, just given the timing we're at right now. So we'll see. I don't want to make it too short if I don't have to. Like I said, I'm just in a little bit of a pinch for time today. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we're back in the Normandy.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination
In progress. Also, fun fact, the voice of the ship VI for that is the same, it's Jennifer Hale, the voice actress of FemShep.
The cipher shook me up a bit.
I might be able to help you. I am an expert on the Protheans. If I join my consciousness to yours, maybe we can make some sense of it.
Do it. Hurry. We don't have much time.
Relax, Commander. Embrace eternity.
Thing is trippy, man. This is... I've never done drugs before, but I imagine if I have, that if I had, this is what it would be like.
It is a distress call. A message sent out across the Prothean Empire. A warning against the Reapers, but the warning came too late.
What about the conduit?
There were other images, locations, places I recognized from my research. Ilos! The conduit is on Ilos! That is why Saren needed to find the Mu relay. It is the only way to get to Ilos.
How come you never told us about Ilos before?
The Mu relay links to dozens of systems and hundreds of worlds. How was I to know Ilos was the one we wanted? Without the cipher, the images in your visions were never clear. It is only now that I recognize them as landmarks from Ilos.
We have to get to Ilos.
Forget it. The Mu relay's inside the Terminus systems. Alliance ships are not welcome there. Neither are Spectres.
The conduit's on Ilos. That's where Saren is heading. I plan to be waiting when he gets there.
Saren will have his entire fleet orbiting Ilos. You will never make it down to the surface without reinforcements. You need to alert the Council. We need a fleet to... I am sorry. The joining is exhausting. I should go to the medical bay and lie down for a moment.
Dr. Chakwas should take a look at you.
That will not be necessary. I just need some rest. Somewhere quiet.
We're done here. Dismissed.
Alright. So, now the idea is to go to Ilos. However, I don't believe that's what's actually going to happen. We go back to the Citadel first.
I forwarded the mission update to the Citadel, Commander. We got confirmation on those reinforcements. Ambassador Udino wants us to report back to the Citadel. The Council's massing a joint species fleet to deal with Saren and his gap.
Back to the Citadel, Joker. I want the Normandy at the head of that fleet.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we're gonna head back to the Citadel. Ugh.
Good job.
Meeting with the
Shepard.
council. Wonderful.
Thanks to you, the council is finally taking real action against Saren.
The ambassador is correct. If Saren is foolish enough to attack the Citadel, as you believe, we will be ready for him.
Patrols are stationed at every mass relay linking Citadel space to the Terminus systems.
How many ships are you sending to attack Ilos?
Ilos is only accessible to the Mu relay, deep inside the Terminus systems, Commander. If we send a fleet in there, the only possible outcome is full-scale war.
Now is the time for discretion, Commander. Saren's greatest weapon was secrecy. Exposed, he is no longer a threat. This is over.
Right. Oh, boy. Voice crack. Woo. Right.
One ship going into the Terminus systems won't start a war. I can be discreet.
You detonated a nuclear device on Vermeer. I wouldn't call that discreet.
Your style served you well in the Traverse, Commander. We recognize that. But Ilos requires a deft touch. We have the situation under control.
No,
if
you
Saren
don't.
buys the conduit, we're all screwed. We have to go to Ilos.
Ambassador Udina, I get the sense Commander
long
Shepard
break.
isn't willing to let this go.
There are serious political implications here, Shepard. Humanity's made great gains thanks to you, but now you're becoming more trouble than you're worth.
You bastard! You're selling us out!
It's just politics, Commander.
Basically.
You've done your job, now let me do mine. We've locked out all the Normandy's primary systems until further notice you're grounded.
Are you insane? After everything I've done, you still don't believe me?
I think it's time for you and your team to leave, Commander. This no longer concerns you. The Council can handle this, with my help, of course.
Ah, don't you just love politicians? So conceited.
Commander, I've got
Yes,
a
they
message
seriously
from Captain
can be.
Anderson.
What did he want?
Only said to meet him in that club in the wards. Flux.
Alright, well. Let's go, I suppose.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding
Can I
officer
leave?
is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Yeah, it's not like it matters. We can't leave anyway. But can you open, please? I want to go. Okay. Now we got to ride in the excruciatingly long elevator ride together.
Years of poor economic performance, ExoGeni has announced that its research colony on Pharos is finally returning a profit.
Really?
New discoveries and a dedicated colonization effort have finally paid off for ExoGeni. ExoGeni's stock rose sharply with the announcement, with investors pleased at this surprising news.
Well, I suppose. Though, I don't know, I guess since ExoGeni isn't performing research on the Thorian anymore, it probably does have a pretty good position now. Now its experiments and stuff are humane. Probably, we hope. I don't really remember what happens to the ExoGeni team that was there after you leave, but Fluxus, we could take the rapid transit there. To the wards! And then to Flux. And then we wait as the taxi takes us out there. Man, I don't know if I got bit by a mosquito or something the other night, but my neck has been itchy. Alright. I feel like I recognize the dude's name, but anyway. You.
I'm glad you came, Shepard. I heard what happened.
They pulled me off the mission. Just like when they forced you to give up the Normandy.
I know, I'm sorry. I wanted to warn you, but there was no way to get a message to you before you docked. I know you're pissed off right now, but you can't give up. They all think this is over, but we both know it's not. You have to go to Ilos. You have to stop Saren from using the conduit.
There's only one ship that can get me into the Terminus systems undetected, and she's grounded.
Citadel controls locked out all the Normandy's systems, but if we override the ambassador's orders, we can get them to bring the Normandy back online. You can be in the Terminus systems before anyone even knows you're gone.
If we steal the Normandy, you're the one left holding the bag.
And if Saren finds the conduit, life as we know it is over. The Reapers will destroy us. Humans, Asari, everybody. You're the only one who can stop him, Shepard. so I'll do whatever it takes to get you on the Normandy and off this station.
Stealing the Normandy is mutiny. What if the crew won't help me?
The Normandy's your ship now, Commander. Her crew will follow you to the ends of the galaxy. We both know that.
I won't forget this, Captain. I promise.
I can unlock the Normandy from one of the consoles in the Citadel Control Center. You'll have a few minutes before anyone realizes what happened.
That's a restricted area patrolled by armed guards. How are you going to get in?
Leave that to me. Just make sure you're in the Normandy when the systems come back online.
You're gonna get yourself killed. There has to be another way.
Ambassador Udina issued the lockdown order. If I can hack into the computer in his office, maybe I can override it.
He won't just stand by while you use his computer.
Hopefully he won't be there. If he is, I'll just have to think of something.
The ambassador won't forgive this, Captain. You'll be charged with treason, a capital offense.
We don't have a lot of options. I break into the ambassador's computer, or I take my chances with the patrols in Citadel Control.
It's your call, Captain.
I'll break into the ambassador's office. He made this personal.
Indeed.
Ready to get the hell off this station, Commander?
Ready.
Let's do it.
I'll take care of the lockdown. You get down to the Normandy and tell Joker to stand by.
Alright. Let's roll. We have a galaxy to save. Alright, so we're just about to get back on the Normandy. But basically we'll get on the Normandy and then we will sneak out before anyone notices we're gone. So let's do this. Time to go break some rules.
Anderson, what are you doing here? I didn't send.
LOL.
Get us out of here, Joker. Now!
That's how it's done. Flying right past all those Turian warships and the Destiny Ascension, you know, whatever. Not like we're stealing a ship. Technically speaking, anyway. But anyway, I think that will probably be a decent place to cut it. I think it should still be pretty decently liked video. I think with that, still keep up with my about as much as it normally is. So anyway, thank you folks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like for me just so I know. Subscribe if you want, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.